Yeah, 1995. My rating went right down this week. I played many games against National Masters. One of them was fantastic. I go with this really strange opening here. Just take that pawn. I really like this combination. I had some amazing games with this. Unfortunately, not all my games are recorded properly. The way to continue is just to attack his knight first. And then if he attacks yours, you can move the queen pawn up to protect it temporarily. Anyway, we want to get something else in the way of our king as soon as possible so that he can't steal the knight with the pawn. But I'm going to sack it. I sacked it. I win so many games by sacking pieces on that square, you wouldn't believe it. Usually bishops, but on this occasion, I thought I'd go with the knight and give him a surprise. Now, at this point, actually, I would have normally have moved the bishop up for a check to stop him getting into the corner. But I decided to let him go, save the check for a moment later. Just pull that pawn forward of his. It's the only way he can block that. And just start to dismantle his centre here a little bit, which is pretty weak already. Just dismantle it further. He hasn't even got that other knight out yet. We're just attacking and attacking and attacking this little pawn on the d file. Mine's not even defended hardly. So it kind of looks even at the moment, apart from the fact that I've given up a knight, which perhaps doesn't look so clever now. What do you think? I think it looks like black has a game here. He's not quite so well developed on the queen's side, but I think he's got a game. I just think this knight isn't really on the right square to kind of do anything though at the moment. But we will see. It'll all possibly change in a minute. And I thought, you bring it to me. You bring the bishop to me, and I'll get rid of it. Because they expect you to take, you see. And I don't like my opponent to expect. Oh, look at all my pieces all in a row there. But I don't want my opponent to expect. I want their expectations to be dashed. So now, sitting up straight away for this check, this horrid check, you see. This was the whole crux of this game. This is what I was looking at. Get this queen onto this silver line there with my bishop. Funny how he's got this one pawn in the middle. Obviously, I want to still maintain my attack on the bishop, on the my defense of my queen pawn. So the queen just comes back. He's got the scissors. He's got the scissors out. Now, I don't know why he doesn't come up with his own queen to give me a similar threat. You know, queen h4 might have been good. But no, he gives me the sack. Sorry, no, he doesn't. He takes my bish. He takes my bish to get rid of that threat. I'm not doing a very good commentary, am I, today? Now he attacks this pawn again because my queen's not on it now. Right. So, what can I do? Well, I could use my knight to defend it and simultaneously attack his bishop, but I just thought, no, I'm gonna defend it with the rook, activate another piece. Can you see? I've got some very badly spaced pieces there. My queen and my two rooks are in a real family fork configuration, which is not really good. And I didn't spot it. I should have spotted it. He comes up with a meaningless check. There he goes back, and he's going to now try to advance the rook to that same square. The rook, the knight. I always call knights rooks. I'm sorry about that. I always do it. So, yeah, that's his bishop held back. But now his knight, you see, can come to that wonderful square, and it's with check. It's a full-on family fork. I do see it now. I did see it, but I don't. He's got the square twice marked. You see, that's the problem. I can't get to it to protect it twice, so all I can do for the time being is just get a rook onto it somehow. And I might need to get another rook onto it as well, so the first rook needs to come from the side like that, so I can get the other one behind it if necessary, if that square gets contended with another piece. But it doesn't, so okay, so where are we now? Well, we are a knight for a rook, basically. So not too bad. Well, no, a knight for 2 rooks. Is that? Yes, a knight for a... yeah, he's got a rook. He's a rook up. I was going to say he must be a piece up because I sacrificed a bishop at the beginning. What do you think my chances are at this point? Now, if I were he, I would just take that knight. And he does. But what this does actually open up a bit of a hole towards his king from my remaining rooks. I've still got a rook sitting there. And I've actually got this amazing move here. This was an extraordinary... I really caught him off guard. He shouldn't have taken that pawn. You see what's happened. His queen cannot run anywhere and still protect that checking square. And this is the winning move of the game. This rook move wins me the game. And you're going to watch how I drag his king all the way across the board. You watch. Without once exposing myself to the possibility of an exchange of queens. So he grabs that pawn. It's the only kind of thing he can do that's of any good. Now to here. Now we do have a little draw by repetition thing, because he doesn't want to move his king over any further, or my rook will get involved on that empty file, that E file. So he goes back to start with, you see. Because he also doesn't want to come in line with his queen, for obvious reasons. That's never a good idea. So sticking to the light squares, we give him another check. What we don't want to do is go on the darks. The light squares are where it's at. That's where it's at the moment. Now, with the next check, he could block with the pawn, of course, to try and add variety. But I don't think that ends very well for him either, to be honest. So we have another check here. So he doesn't do that. And he's going to come over, finally. And that brings my rook in. And this is horrific for him. He's trying to stay near the back rank so he can somehow escape back there, but he can't. He won't be able to. This looks like he could escape, but he can't. Because after this check with the rook like this, I can now capture the B pawn with my queen with check if he tries to hide behind it. See how lethal this is? How beautifully this is coordinated. Because if he doesn't hide behind, if he comes out, as he's going to, he's only got 2 ways of escaping this. So if he goes onto the bottom square, I've got this beautiful move here with the rook. And checkmate is going to be queen b5. I'm sure you can see it. Literally, I was tiptoeing in the cracks between the walls. Intervene with another piece, and it hoists me back up after a big tumble back up to the 2000 mark, where I feel I truly belong now.